I don't wanna let you down.
Hey guys, my name's Alicia, super excited to be here and even more excited to have all you guys here. I hope you guys are having a lovely day wherever you are. Today, I'm gonna be spilling the tea on all things related to university, so buckle up. Today's video is going to be an adventure. I went to the University of Western Ontario, so some of the info will be specific to that school, but I really hope you guys take something helpful away, whether you're in first or third year, whether you go to school here or in Australia. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It would really mean so much to me. So I'm gonna start off by talking about what I like to call the first year fun stuff, because this is what makes first year so exciting. So I know O week is also called Frosh week, but at Western everyone calls it O week, so I'm gonna call it O week. I moved in Labor Day weekend. I think it was the Saturday of Labor Day, and literally as soon as I drove into my residence, there was this group of people who surrounded the car and they were yelling at me to get out the car, and I was so nervous. I had no idea what was going on and why they were yelling at me, but I later learned that they were sophs. So sophs are basically your upper year friends. There's two types at Western. There's your fac or faculty soph and your res or residency soph. So your res soph are the people who stay with you and live with you all year. I had two on my floor, and they're there to basically be your built-in buddy. They're there if you have any problems or if you want to talk about school, or honestly even if you just want to hang out and chill with them. And then there's your fac sophs, who are basically your connection to the program. So they probably have taken some of the courses you have, so they can give you advice on that and give you advice on different professors and things like that, but they do not live with you. And then on your floor you also have an RA or a Don, and they're kind of the authority figure. They're also upper year students, but they're there to make sure that you guys stay happy, healthy, and safe. They're kind of like your built-in mom or dad. So back to O week. So I got out of the car and then I went into the main lounge, and that was where I picked up all my important documents. So I picked up my student card there, my room key. That was also when I figured out what room I was staying at. And I also picked up a couple t-shirts for O week. While you're picking up all this stuff, the sophs are carrying all this stuff up to your room. Don't worry about overpacking. I definitely thought I overpacked, but it all made it up okay. I guess it's easy for me to say because I didn't carry any of it, but I was really worried about that, so don't be worried. Bring as much stuff as you want. And once I found my room, my parents helped me unpack, and literally as soon as my parents left, O week started. I moved in, I think, Saturday afternoon, and by Saturday night there were already so many activities planned. And I remember O week being kind of overwhelming because I swear every minute I turned there was some new event I had to go to or that everyone else was going to, so I felt like I had to as well. In the summer before that, I literally spent all summer doing absolutely nothing. I napped every single day, I watched Netflix, and that was basically it. So doing all of this stuff sometimes was kind of overwhelming. What I thought was really cool was that there were always two different types of activities. There was one that was a lot more party-y, like there was a lot of people who attended. It was a lot of dancing and talking to a bunch of people and like large crowds. But there were also events that were a lot smaller, so you could talk to people one-on-one and kind of spend the night chilling instead of like dancing or partying or anything like that. So for example, some of the events they had, the concert I think was probably the biggest event. Unfortunately, we had Mariana's Trench. I don't know if you guys know who they were. I didn't know who they were really, except for that one song, like I don't know the rest of the song, but something like that. But it changes every single year, so that obviously is a really exciting event. There are coffee houses, which is where you get to sit, eat waffles, and listen to angelic people sing. So during O week, it starts again on Labor Day weekend, but on the Thursday, your classes start. So I would recommend going on the Wednesday and just figuring out what buildings your classes are in. I was definitely not used to walking between buildings to go to my classes, so I was really nervous about that. My fac soph actually took me and the rest of her frosh around for a little tour of the science buildings, but that morning, I literally forgot how to get to every single one of my classes. So if you're directionally challenged like me, you can just use Google Maps and they'll actually direct you to all the different buildings, which I thought was really nice. Another thing that really confused me is that on your schedule, all the classes are scheduled for an hour block, but you always get out 10 minutes early to go to your next class. I was so nervous about that. I thought I would have to sprint from class to class. So don't be like me, your classes end 10 minutes early, and that usually is enough time to get to and from your buildings. Don't practice running with a backpack on in the summer because you're afraid that you're gonna be late to class. Don't be like me, you're gonna be fine. And on another note about O week, it's supposed to be dry. So the sophs actually sign a contract saying that they won't drink during O week and they won't give their frosh any alcohol. Even though it's supposed to be dry, you know, people find their way around that. Some people have older friends or siblings that already go to the school. Other people apparently just ask their parents and their parents were okay with that. Don't really understand, but you know, if that's what works for you, go ahead, do it. Also, there were a lot of people who didn't drink. I felt like it was kind of a 50-50. So I didn't end up drinking because I literally never drank in my life and I just wasn't that interested. And I had a lot of fun still, but I do know a lot of people who did drink, and again, they also had a lot of fun. So honestly, just do what you're comfy with. Don't feel like you have to drink because your friends are drinking or your roommates are drinking. So the two biggest things that I want to say about O week is to, one, take it all in. As I said before, O week can be really, really overwhelming, but at the same time, you blink and it's over. So just kind of take it in, take a moment to appreciate what you're doing right now and all the fun you're having. Because I remember on the next Monday, I was like, there is no way O week is over. Like, are you kidding me? We just started. Because it just moves so quickly. The second thing I want to say is to be open to new experiences. O week, I think, is the first taste of university life. You're gonna meet lots of different people. You're gonna experience a lot of different things. For me, I did things that I've never done before. I played bubble soccer, which is soccer, but you're in like this giant clear hamster ball. And it was kind of a disaster because I could barely see the ball and I'm already uncoordinated enough as it is. Just be open to trying new things because O week has a lot of different and fun experiences. So the next thing I'm gonna talk about are residences. I lived in Ontario Hall, which was otherwise known as just O Hall, and that was a hybrid suite style, which meant that I shared the room with one roommate and then we shared our suite with two other people, and then the four of us shared a bathroom, a shower, and like this little sink area. But Western also offers two different styles. So there's the traditional style, which is probably what you see on TV and probably what you think of when you think of university. That's where you share your room with one roommate and then you and your floor share the showers and the sinks and the bathrooms and all of that. And then lastly, there's the suite style, which is where you have your own room, but you share your suite with three other people. And then there's two bathrooms for the four of you. And there's also a kitchen, a fridge, and a little living room area. Generally, the traditional reses are a bit louder and there's more parties that go on, but also the floors get a lot closer. I think it's because they share a bathroom and a shower together, and who doesn't bond after an experience like that? And then the suite styles are usually the more quiet ones, and the floors may not be as close just because it's hard to go out and meet everyone on your floor. And the hybrid style is kind of a mix of both. When I lived in O Hall, I felt like it varied from floor to floor. So my floor was super quiet. We weren't super close, and by 10 p.m. it was like dead silent. Everyone was literally asleep. But the floor right below me, like they were like family. I only saw them all together and they were always having fun, throwing parties and doing things like that. So I felt like the hybrid style is kind of the mix of both. Some floors are more loud, some floors are more quiet. But again, I'm speaking really generally here. Of course, some traditional reses are super quiet and some suite styles are super loud. Western decides who gets what res based on a lottery system. Students rank their res from 1 to 7. So Perth and O Hall are your two hybrid styles, Elgin and Essex are your suite styles, then Delaware, Saugeen, and Medsid are your traditional reses. You get assigned to a specific res, I think near July, and if you have a 95% average in high school, then you're guaranteed one of your top 3 choices. I got assigned to O Hall, which was my 3rd choice, and I'm really happy that I did get assigned to O Hall. I loved it there, and I didn't pick up my roommate either. I know that there was a Facebook group that was created in the summer and that you could go find find your roommate on that. But I decided just to let fate do it for me. And I'm really glad I did. I actually loved my roommate so much. Me and her were very similar. We got along really well. And we had really similar living schedules. We got up around the same time. We went to bed around the same time. We were both the same amount of clean. So it was really nice. I still live with her to this day because she is an absolute angel. Overall, I actually really loved the res experience. I had a lot of fun there. And one big thing about res, I think, is that it makes it pretty easy to meet people. So I would use the opportunity to get to know your floor. My floor was pretty big, so I don't think we were all close, but there were groups of us who were super close. So the friends I made on my floor, again, absolute angels. I love them. They're gonna be the bridesmaids at my wedding. They're the first people I go to when I have a problem. They're the people I talk to when I need advice. Like, they are my ride or dies. So if you're living in res, I really recommend taking that opportunity to meet people, introduce yourself to people, and just have a good time. And if you're too scared to introduce yourself, there's also a lot of events in res as well. Like, there was Valentine's card for Valentine's Day, pumpkin carving for Halloween, tree decorating for Christmas, and like paint nights, karaoke nights, talent shows. So that was another really easy way to meet people. What was nice is that a lot of these events were held Friday or Saturday night. So if you didn't want to go out and you didn't want to party, but you also didn't want to study, then you could just go to these events to chill, have a nice time, and meet lots of different people. I remember also worrying a lot about the food just because I was kind of a picky eater, and you know, everyone talks about the freshman 15 and I was determined not to gain it, but
I ended up gaining the freshman 15.
honestly, don't really regret it. It was a lot of fun. A lot of memories were made. It's because we always had like late night pizza or late night study snacks or just a bunch of late night things. So it was not that kind to my waistline, but it was kind to my heart, okay? I made a lot of new memories. So with your meal plan, you can obviously eat in the cafeteria. There's a cafeteria in all the different reses, but I think Ohal and Saugeen have the biggest ones. What you do is you grab all the food you want. There's a bunch of different options. There's like a salad, hot bar, like snacks and drinks and things like that. And then they weigh the food and you just swipe your student card with your meal plan on it. And then you can also eat on campus. I think one of the most popular options is the Spoke, which you can find in the Central building at Western. It is Western's pride and joy. They sell bagels and cream cheeses, and oh my god, it is so good. I've never had a bagel that was that good before, and I know a bunch of people come back just to buy the bagels. That's one option on campus, but there's a bunch of other ones like Subway, Booster Juice, Starbucks, Tim's. And then you can also eat off campus. There's a couple of restaurants that actually take your meal plan. So there's a Subway right beside Ohal that takes your meal plan, but also like Jack Astor's. I kind of forget which ones they are, but you can definitely just look them up and I'll have a list of them right here. So I feel like I've been talking for literally 3 hours. I know this video had a lot of information, so I put timestamps in the description box so you guys can go back and refer to specific topics. If you guys have any specific questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'd be really more than happy to answer them. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week.
I don't wanna let you down. It's the only thing I think about every morning. You know my life ain't figured out, but I promise if you stick around it'll never get boring. We'll spend nights, cheap red wine.